good, Barbie.
Thanks, guys.
The box office busting success of Oppenheimer and Barbie set records and left audiences and critics singing the praises of both. Hollywood went wild over Barbenheimer, two films that couldn't be more different. I caught up with Barbie co-writer and director Greta Gerwig as she rides the wave of billion-dollar success, just like Oppenheimer creator Chris Nolan. And now you're going down to the end with Oppenheimer, because it looks like both they and you will be nominated for Best Picture and for Best Director. Now, how is it thinking all that over?
It's all exciting, but yeah, I mean, honestly, this has only been a total thrill. I mean, I think one of the things that was so amazing about them coming out on the same day was just that it felt like all around the world, suddenly people were talking about movies, and I love movies. And, you know, Chris Nolan's one of my favorite filmmakers, and he made a great one. And that people were going to go see both on the same day. It was, I mean, that's the fantasy of making movies, is that it would be kind of a vibrant center of culture.
What are you the proudest of? Because there were scenes you fought for and scenes that the audience loved. What are you most proud of as a director?
I think the thing that I'm most proud of is that this is not to brag, but I guess the thing I'm most proud of is how many people told me it was their favorite experience making a movie. And I think, like, you know, I think the pink sets didn't hurt, because it's a pretty joyful thing to have lots of pink sets. But I'm very proud that was the experience everyone had, because you know, I'm a big believer in the experience of making a movie gets into the very DNA of a movie. And I think the audience can feel it, and they can especially feel it if you're you know, free and safe and having a good time. I think people have this feeling of like, well, I'd like to go to that party.
You know, people talk about the money this movie made, but let's remember that what that represents is that people loved it, really wanted to see it, told other people. It has passed all age groups, all the kind of segments of the audience you wouldn't suspect. How do you explain that? People just love it.
You know, understandably, people look at it and they say, well, men won't go. Like, it's Barbie. Men love a costume party. I was like, I think they're gonna like this more than you imagine. Barbie's on a journey, and so is Ken, towards, you know, being okay being himself, and not only defining himself through Barbie.
There were big scenes that you fought for, that some things that they wanted to cut. Yeah. Do you sit there and watch the movie now and think, oh, I'm glad I stood up for that?
I'm thrilled that we kept absolutely every wackadoodle idea in it, because I think it's part of what makes it sing, is that there was an anarchic gleefulness to the whole movie, where it was like, why can't it become a dream ballet? Why can't they be, you know, riding imaginary horses? Why can't this be a wave that's not a wave, but just a molded piece of sculpture? Things that felt so outlandish and ridiculous. It was something that I was just certain that there was no way to hedge anyway. There was no safe route anyway, so you might as well just go all in. On the Hollywood Scene with Greta Gerwig, I'm Jeannie Wolf.